Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 9:20 on Monday night. I'm in the rebel county again, the home of cute whores and langers and good people, very good people. I'm in the Imperial Hotel on South Mall. Bit too fancy for me. I prefer the bed and breakfast any day. Set out this morning, 6:10. Had to pick up the. I'm in a bus this week. It's ironic that it happened this week. I had a Mercedes 7-seater last week, and I had a Merc 220 the previous week. But I have a deluxe, top of the range Mercedes Sprinter. Very well decked out, leather seats and carpets on the whole works, and picked it up this morning. So I hadn't much of a problem getting on the road. Got to Dublin, traffic was brutal going in, picked the people up, 7 of them, in a hotel in town. Can't remember the name of it, doesn't have a site. I was there this morning. Begins with an A. Come to me. And headed, I was about 15 minutes late because traffic was brutal on the way in. And he had my phone number, so he rang me, and I told him I was only 5 minutes away, and it took me 10. But, and that was in the bus lane going in as well. They mentioned Kilkenny, and they mentioned Waterford, and they mentioned Kinsale. So I said we could get maybe 2 of those 3, but we wouldn't get to the 3 of them today. Waterford was out of the way. So we pulled on Kilkenny, but when you're coming off the M8 down along, it's probably 27 or 28 kilometres to Kilkenny. So we pulled up the very first place that I took left and pulled up right outside St Mary's Cathedral. So they went in, and I went in as well and said a prayer for Terry and for Martin Bear. He's suffering from cancer, and for any other one that is suffering on the channel, and wish him and everybody the best of luck and good health. And they said to be back in 20 minutes, but we're 40 gone, I'd say. I think they had a drink, Kilkenny Ale or something. So you can check Kilkenny, and they went to the castle, Terry. You can check that on your map. Google it. St Mary's Cathedral and Kilkenny Castle. And then we headed for Cove. They decided they wanted to do the boat, the Titanic. So we headed for Cove, and they booked for 4:15 to do the thing and the walk. But traffic, there was a 25-minute delay at the roundabout. So when we got free after about 15 minutes, we knew we wouldn't make that, and we headed for Kinsale. So they said it'd be only about 15 minutes there, but I think that more drink, that Beamish, and meant that I had nothing to eat all day. I had a cup of coffee in Kilkenny, a container of coffee, because I thought to be pulling. So it was gone 6 o'clock. So that was 12 hours. And the worst thing, I had no mouth, as my uncle used to say years ago when he'd be left behind. So they had dinner booked for the 7 of them. So off they went, and said, I'll see you for breakfast at 8:30. So I said, hold on, we'll go at 8 o'clock, because where I'm parked outside, the meter, it's free all night, but the meter starts at 8:30. So I don't want to get a ticket, and there's no point putting in money. So we'll be gone at 8:30 or 20 to 9. I'll be sitting in it at 8:30. And we're still want to go to Cove in the morning, and we're heading on to Killarney tomorrow. They're staying, I'm not in the same place as them. I think they're in the Lake Hotel. I'm in a B&B on Rock Road, I think. So there's 7 of them in family, man and wife. They're from Chicago, Illinois, actually. And the worst about it is, last week and the week before, I could chat away and get to know people in the front seat, but you have to speak back to them because they're back. They didn't sit in the seat behind me or the one directly behind me. There's no seat. The door comes in across from me. So they're not very nice people. And they were chatting away the whole way down. There was no sleeping at all or nothing. So I'm calling this the Terry Woods week. So day 1 of the Terry Woods week is over. So I'm overwhelmed, and so is Terry, with all the comments, all positive and all love and all caring about Terry. And he left a message today on the channel, and for somebody that mightn't have seen it, it just said, "Mickey, your channel has exploded into the big family. Bash the bookies. Incredible messages, incredible heartfelt feelings, making me full of energy. I feel like Superman. So no more tears, people, just laughter and beers. We have work to do to tell everyone we know about prostate cancer. So take the blood test." He's having to do on Saturday night. So, and it's come to mention that they want to donate. I'm going to put up his bank details. I think I should have them on my on the phone, and I'm going to put them up and that you can send money. Anyone that wants to send money, don't send it to me to PayPal. I'll have to direct it then. Send it I'll put up, it's Lloyd's Bank, and I'll put up the IBAN and the sort code if anybody wants to send a few pound. He also sent a message to me. Hi Mickey, hope you're having a good day. Very emotional last night. You've created something very, very special as the person you are. Feel like I've known you for years. Thanks so much for being part of it. We have to get the bus passenger spreading the word. So share that video last night if you want with somebody else. So no tears. I was quite emotional myself even this morning reading some of the comments, but when I read his message, I said, that's it. We have to go do what he tells us. So he has a picture here. So I was trying to get a hold of my tech man all day, but he's busy, to see could I get that picture and put it up on the front of the video. And he has a black t-shirt, and written on it is Prostate Cancer UK March for Men. Now that's the thing, but it's I can't it's not much cop. Now that's about the best I can get. Well, let's see, something like that. But I'll try and get it and put it on the front of the thing if someone will help me, because I don't know how to do it, to get it off the phone, unless I might ask maybe to email it me or something. I don't know, but I'll find someone that'll help me. Anyway, thanks very much for everyone that likes comments. You're a great bunch. So our horse that I'd picked out, I don't think I mentioned last night the reason. I'd seen a photograph of him, and he had seen a video of him out in the rain dancing. He was the only one. It was pelting rain, and he was out, and I just said he had a sparkle in his eye. That's why I picked that horse. And I seen this evening that it was an on-runner, so it's an awful pity that it didn't run at least anyway. So we might watch for it again. But anyway, that's it. I have a couple picked out for tomorrow. A couple that I had sort of written down will back next time. There's a tricky little one here at Hamilton in the 347. It's a mile and a half good to soft. There's 3 horses there rated 83. It's 2 of them 3-year-olds, so they are getting £12, which is a lot, from Baraz. Roaring Legend was pretty impressive the last time. He won a maiden after having 4 seconds and a third prior to that. And Hope You Can Run had a very good third in a race as well. But I thought maybe I might go with this one, Baraz. First run for Julie Camacho last time after leaving Dan Skelton. It used to be where the hell did you go? He used to be in France. Came into round a couple of races over hurls, but he was behind Derry Ladd the last day. He was up £5 for this effort. Let's see. He's third last in the black and purple or mauve. And he went off at 40 to 1, drifted from 16, so they didn't expect this sort of a run.
Then don't look back as they make the run then to the final 3 furlongs. And now a change of leader. Cloisu Comrag has come through on the inside to nose ahead of Dubai leader. All the time Falak is catching the eye, moving well into about 4th place, 1 off the rails under Mulrennan. Wider out Aquam is also going well for Ben Curtis, and Aquam is coming now forward to take over on the outside. Falak though immediately is on his case on the inside. These two race on. So on the near side the grey is Aquam. Far side now making ground 2 is Baraz at a big price. Between them is Falak, the market leader, and Derry Ladd's running on 2 down the outside for Shane Gray. All change again. Derry Ladd and Baraz go on together. It's Baraz and Derry Ladd. Derry Ladd this side, far side Baraz. It's now Derry Ladd in front for Kevin Coleman and Shane Gray. Derry Ladd is home in front for Ireland ahead of Baraz. Falak didn't get home. Finishes 3rd. His winless.
It'll be big ass given £12, but he's a 5-year-old and second run back after wind surgery. So he was 9-4 earlier. Still 9-4 there. There is a 2-mile race at Ffos Las. And there's 2 2-to-1 shots. But I thought Masterdream ran pretty well the last time. And I think he's a classier sort than the other 2-to-1 shot. If you look at him, he's rated 66 now. But he had a good run last year, last August, and behind La Pulga, beaten 3 lengths, and Champagne City 2 1/4. But the last day in Bath, behind 2 decent sorts, Russian Rumour and Cherry Cola. And he wasn't that awfully busy on him. Who was on him the last day? Millie Wanacott. Millie didn't use the stick or the twig.
Inside Masterdream, testing faith now being asked for more as Cherry Cola lays it down to Russian Rumour, and these two battle on down towards the final 2 furlongs. Testing faith is in 3rd from Molliana and Masterdream, and the rear trio have got lengths to find on Russian Rumour, and Russian Rumour still in front. From on the outside, Cherry Cola, who got alongside, but she couldn't get by. Back in 3rd is Molliana, then Masterdream. Russian Rumour still there. From in 2nd, Cherry Cola, and Russian Rumour and Olivia Tubb.
That's her jockey tomorrow, Kevin Stott. The other horses, 2-to-1, has been sort of in the 40, high 40s. They're, without winning anything. So I was thinking, I won't bother looking at it. And in Roscommon then tomorrow evening, for the first time in his life, Ryan Moore is into Roscommon tomorrow. He has never ridden across the Shannon before. He's never came across the Shannon before. This is his first time across the Shannon coming to Roscommon to the Linnaban Stakes. He's coming to ride Espionage, who is geared up for the Ledger. Last seen in the Criterium in France last October. It was behind Proud and Regal. Now, Proud and Regal hasn't pulled up
Espionage showing out in second on the outside is Proud and Regal. Again, they're coming to the near side rail. Ramina Power is starting to make up ground, followed then by Bray Sky. Salt Bay is there, and now Kubrick in the 2 shades of green is coming through on the far side. It's a line of 3 as they race to the 300. On the near side, Espionage. In the centre is Salt Bay. Far side is Kubrick. Trying on the near side is Proud and Regal in the purple, and is coming home strong. strongly. Proud and Regal out after Espionage. Espionage in front. Proud and Regal tries to peg him back. Espionage digs deep. Proud and Regal is going to lunge right on the line. It's a heads up, heads down bobber.
Down in class from a Group 1 to a listed race. Ryan Moore coming to ride that horse tomorrow. So it's a tip in itself. Two 2-to-1s and a 5 to 4 in from 6 to 4 or 7 to 4. 2-2-to-1s and a 5 to 4. If you do a €4 Trixie with a 4 and a €4 treble, cost you 20 quid. If the three of them win, you get back 270. If one of them win, you get back nothing. If two of them win, you can win a double. So I've that bet done already. There's a horse running tomorrow as well in Tipperary that done us a great turn the last day, but he's a bit iffy tomorrow. Movie King. That was over hurdles. He won at 8-1 for us, drifted from 4s. But he jumped the hurdles pretty well, but he's only ran in one chase, and he was down the field. Where was it? Downpatrick, last September, 8 of 11. But he's ran really well on good ground and good to yield in this year. The ground on the trip is fine for him, but whether he's tuned up for tomorrow night is another thing. This was him winning for us the last day. He's at the very back of the pack, but he's a good engine.
A moment, big jump the leader there, and the one that lost a bit of ground there was I Am Spider-Man, who's trying to recover position quickly now. But now they race on the rise out of the dip and on towards the top of the track, and it's Lakefield Flyer Tour Moment. Uberima Fidesz is 3. This trio are being tracked by Lariat, who's trying to get into it. Val the Man, and on the inside in for a penny. I Am Spider-Man has just gone in behind Serpolet, who's picking up. Atatash is coming wide to make ground, and this one's being followed by Celts and Skull. Movie King and the yellow hasn't moved yet, and they've gone away at the top of the track, and it's Lakefield Flyer who's going to lead them down the hill from Uberima Fidesz Tour Moment in for a penny down the inside. Serpolet is next, then Lariat as they take the downhill run, and it's Lakefield Flyer who's going to lead them down from Tour Moment. Serpolet, Atatash the outside. I Am Spider-Man has been pulled up as they continue on the descent. Lakefield Flyer from on the outside Atatash, in the centre Serpolet, on the inside in for a penny, and they're being chased by Lariat, Tour Moment, and behind these Val the Man, Movie King making some ground as they go now towards the second last. Lakefield Flyer from Serpolet in second, then Atatash is third, then in for a penny is next, and then comes Lariat, and then still Movie King staying on strongly as they go towards the final flight. Lakefield Flyer with on the near side Serpolet, and Atatash in for a penny is next with Movie King. And inside the closing stages, it's Lakefield Flyer with Serpolet. Atitash is wandering. Movie King is still getting there in the centre, and Movie King swoops in the closing stages, and Movie King, who caught the eye at the top of the hill, has come through to win. Serpolet. It
was a great win for us that day, but it's hard to know tomorrow what they're going to do. If it drifts like a barge coming from that yard, you know what the answer is, but it has a fairly well ability. That old Dreams Are Made of This too. We backed that before. Ran terrible the last day, but it's due a good run. And the one that's the Eye of Tulla for Brian McMahon. But I was saying that anyone that's backed that the last day, it might have a couple of pound each way, but don't go nuts. Now I'm going to try and get one in a handicap for Roscommon. I'm going to spend the next half an hour. I'll spend until it's 25 to 10. When I set this up, I'll spend a half an hour and see can I get one. I'll put up in the description. So Sinead. Then about the hotel, when I landed in, they just handed me a card. Driver was written on it, room 306 or 5 or something. So I went over to an elevator, into it, pressed the 3 on it anyway, and it didn't move for a bit. And the next thing it moved, but it seemed to go up to the top and come back down. But the reason it stopped at 3 was other people were trying to come down. So got out anyway, and there was rooms from 321 to 340 something. No trace of 305 at all. So I walked down the stairs. And And I went to the desk, I asked a butler or whatever you call them, and the power of them down there in suits. I went to the wrong elevator. I didn't know there was two. And he just looked he said on the card that the thing, he said 2 was on that. And I said, well, no one told me. And then when I press the button, you have to scan it or hit it with the thing before it moves. It was like that as well above in Belfast, but I didn't know that you do that here. But every day is a school day with me. Learning something new every day. But it worked all right the second time then. But I just said to myself, I'm a bit asleep this evening. I didn't pretend I was as thick as I was. He must get a great laugh. Bash the book, he's over and out.